What's up, guys? Today is going to be a video I've not done before. It's going to be a what if on NR. And everybody knows what Kyle Larson did in 2020 during the shutdowns. Everybody knows what happened. He didn't race that season, and at the end of the season, he acquired the number 5 flagship car for Hendrick and rode off into the sunset, won 10 races in the title. Well, a lot of people have, wondered, what if someone else got that 5 car instead of Kyle Larson? And today we are playing out that exact timeline on NR. We're playing out that possibility. We gave Erik Jones the 5 car because he was one of the people. I feel like a lot of people would have wanted Erik Jones in that car, especially he's been struggling on Legacy now for a couple years, and it's just not that good of a team. So imagine we came here to play out, have a career resurgence for Erik Jones. We put him in the 5 car to start the 2021 season. Kyle Larson doesn't exist anymore. You could play out however possibility you want. You could say he got raptured by a meteorite. You could say he went off to IndyCar or just became, a sprint car guy. I don't know. You could say whatever. But he's not here anymore. And you're probably wondering, who did I put in the 43 car? I put Ty Dillon in the 43 car. So that's how we're going to play this out. I do want to apologize if my audio is absolutely horrible, because trust me, I tried to pull sticks and fucking strings together and tried to make the Titanic out of... my mic on my PC just doesn't want to work. So I had to do this. I'm recording my voice off my phone while watching the footage on my monitor of the video of what's going on. So that's basically what's happening. And this is the Daytona 500 that's playing right now. So just, guys, think about it this way. All the 2021 roster is the same for the Cup Series. It's just Erik Jones is in the 5 car and Ty Dillon is in the 43. That's it. And basically, now the schedule's not going to be one for one the exact same, because I do like some other tracks better than others. But most of it will be the same, most likely. As you can see, Ryan Preece going to the point here. This is Daytona, and it's always exciting, especially with the way these settings were. So, I was wondering if Erik Jones or Ty Dillon were going to be able to make a dent into anything here, especially Ty Dillon, because, it's Ty Dillon. He's not that good. It's not like he's going to be dominating a Homestead or anything. So this is definitely one of the tracks where he can make a dent, as there he is in the 3rd spot on the bottom right there. Austin Dillon. We'll get to him here in a few minutes at Homestead. But this was a fun start to the race. We got 3x3. Ty Dillon, he went for the lead. And you can see Erik Jones, he's not in the HendrickCars.com car. He's in that, hell, is that a Hendrick? No, that's what is it, Nations Guard? I forgot. I don't know. Who cares? But I'm taking the first few minutes of this video to yap because, this could be fun. I was thinking of doing it this way, having multiple races and then crunching them to a video and reviewing all of them pretty much, as Denny Hamlin nearly sent Chris Buescher to the stratosphere. But this race, it was pretty fun. It actually didn't have a caution for a while. And, there wasn't too much action going on to start after the bunches. As you can see here, though, Ricky Stenhouse almost destroyed Ty Dillon. I do not know how he saved that. Genuinely, that was insane. And Ty Dillon was able to point the field and control the field for a couple of laps until lap 10 here, where Ricky Stenhouse and Newman both decided to make a move. And another thing with this sim that I do want to say is that there's going to be some guys who have surges of momentum, some guys who fall off, stuff like that. It's all going to be randomized, but, obviously, you're still going to see the front runners up front and stuff like that. But Ricky Stenhouse took the lead here. He truly took control of the race, and he controlled it all the way until green flag pit stops. And after green flag pit stops, it got really spread out. It started looking like an old Daytona race. It basically became a battle between William Byron, Buescher, and LaJoie as Stenhouse was catching back up. But we had our first crash of the season. We had Kurt Busch and Christopher Bell get into an accident. And there was actually there was way more to the story for this one. Basically, Kurt Busch just crowded Truex into the wall, got Matty D involved, but Truex and Matty D drove off. But Busch ended up getting hit by a few cars. It got Bell out of whack, even Chastain, and it was a pretty calm accident for Daytona standards. But that's certainly not all this race had in store. We went back green, lap 23, and you see guys like Ryan Preece and even Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell won this race in real life, so it would be cool if he could do it again. I have no clue why my voice just lagged when my actual vocal cords just lagged. I don't know why that just happened. But we went back green lap 23. Ty Dillon was still in the mix. Erik Jones wasn't in the picture that much, though. They got 3x3 pretty quick, but Byron would end up losing the lead to Michael McDowell. And this is when I started to think Michael McDowell had an illegal engine, because he would dead-ass pull multiple car lengths ahead of everyone for the entire lap, for like a couple laps. And I was starting to get genuinely concerned this race was a wash, because Michael McDowell had the engine 11 from the DEI shop. However, that was actually not true, as Ricky Stenhouse had a really strong car this race. He was catching back up to McDowell, making this way more of an interesting battle. As you see guys like Alex Bowman, Ricky Stenhouse, and even McDowell have been up front all day looking to do something. Even Corey LaJoie and Austin Dillon. And this was very much an underdog race, except for Bowman, who was really good in 2021. But we hadn't had that Daytona big one yet. As I was going through lap traffic, there it happened. Everybody just wrecked, and I was genuinely confused. I clicked off for literally 2.5 seconds. Ryan Newman, Byron, Logano, Ty Dillon piled in, Chase Elliott piled in, Briscoe, and then Jamie McMurray, just looking to have fun racing the Daytona 500, went on a side. And you see more guys piling in, even Erik Jones there, who this video is literally about him getting involved as well. He was really a non-factor in all this 500, but basically what happened is Logano hooked Truex into Newman, and that set it off. There's about to be a better look at it here in a second. I'm not sure what Logano was doing. He definitely should have let off. Truex did come down, but Logano also could have just let off a tad. It was one of those deals. I don't know. Logano hooked him, and that just caused a bunch of ricochet. There's Aric Almirola getting in there. Kyle Busch in the Sports Clips car, rest in peace. Ty Dillon, Bell, and yeah, there you have it. But we went green, lap 30. Or lap 31, technically. I don't know. Who cares? Denny Hamlin, who was looking for 3 in a row. Yes, 3 in a row. Man, wow. I remember those commercials entering the 2021 season about Denny Hamlin trying to go for 3 at Daytona, and how they were saying 2021 was going to be the greatest season ever. They kept saying that in that one ad, but anyway, as I'm yapping, Hamlin would end up getting passed, and Ricky Stenhouse, he had stayed up front all day. Him and Corey LaJoie. Stenhouse got back to the front. There was a lot of bobbling around here, and this is where some cars with damage were up front, and they were slowing up the pack a little bit, definitely slowing up some lines, but eventually they'd get past, and the bigger pack would have a few more cars catch up to it. Here's Bowman went 3 for the lead with Buescher and Stenhouse, as they were even 4 wide back there. This is the part of the race where nobody was giving anyone breaks. It was really fun racing, really aggressive racing. As even guys like Aric Almirola and Joey Logano were able to recover from the crash and still be competitive cars, as they were 3x3 up front for about 3 rows here, as Kyle Busch was pushing Michael McDowell to the point. Can Michael McDowell repeat? That was the big question. But Ricky Stenhouse here, he pitted, and it pretty much checked up that whole second line and destroyed that, whatever momentum had going on there. But that wasn't it. Ricky Stenhouse LePage Denny Hamlin on pit exit. Briscoe slammed Hamlin, then Elliott slammed into Briscoe. And there's going to be a replay here. I was really confused on what happened, because that happened in live. Stenhouse just kind of merged, but Hamlin, Stenhouse had to merge at some point. Hamlin probably should have gave him room. Also, Stenhouse was just going extremely slow as well. Just an unfortunate deal. But that ended pretty much all 3 of these guys' hopes, even though Briscoe and Chase were already screwed. But Noah Gragson! Oh my God, my phone just... Okay, yeah, Noah Gragson, I gave him the free pass, and he piled in to Chase Briscoe on under caution, and Elliott hit Briscoe again, so that was a weird moment. But we had a 2-lap shootout at Daytona to decide it all. Alex Bowman, Buescher, McDowell, Harvick. I just kind of saw him there. Busch, Keselowski, LaJoy, and even Ty Dillon was back in the mix after getting involved in that big crash caused by Joey Logano earlier. Even Priest was up here. This was, like I said, this was a big underdog race, as plate races were usually in the next gen, or in the Gen 6 era, especially towards the end of it. It produced such chaotic racing. And it was awesome. Ty Dillon went 3 wide for third position right here, coming to the white. It was still Buescher versus Bowman. 2 guys looking to really establish themselves. Bowman, at this point, hadn't been around that long in the Cup Series. Or he had been, but, hadn't been with Hendrick for a long time. This is only his 3rd or 4th year, pretty much, at Hendrick. And Buescher, obviously looking to branch out, help make Roush a better program. This was obviously before he had that breakout season in the next-gen era. But the final lap, I was thinking, Ty Dillon, here he comes. He might kick this sim off with a win for RPM in a car Erik Jones would usually be in. But coming to the checkered flag here, it was him versus Bowman, and Priest was giving Ty Dillon that help. It's going to be close. It was going to be close all the way to it. I'm so horrible at fucking commentating. Jesus. But Alex Bowman did win the 500. Congrats to Bowman fans, man. As you can see, I am horrible at doing this. That was not all, though. Next was Daytona Road Course. Yes, I'm well aware this race in real life happened in the daytime. Erik Jones was actually able to complete this dive bomb and gain 3 spots out of it. This race wasn't that exciting, but that was probably the most exciting part to happen out of it. That was actually awesome. But yeah, Chase Elliott qualified on pole. It's the end of the Gen 6 era at a road course. What do you expect? Jamie McMurray was still in this race for some reason. Hendrick was making one of his part-time starts and was actually irrelevant. Christopher Bell was also stuck back there because there were multiple cars who crashed during qualifying, him being one of them. I'm not sure why. But literally nothing happened this race until lap 4 where David Ragan destroyed Noah Gragson, which I guess is revenge for what Noah Gragson did trying to get his lap back in Daytona. Even though David Ragan had nothing to do with it, what am I talking about? We went back green here, and this is where a glitch happened, or something. Something happened under caution that put like 10 cars or 8 cars a lap down. Tyler Reddick and LaJoy and Hendrick and Cody Ware was up here for no reason. And funny enough, this messed up Erik Jones and put him a lap down. And also Erik Jones this caused him to have a litany of problems and pretty much make him irrelevant the rest of the race. This also started the chain of MTJ and Chase Elliott pretty much trading first on restarts with Ryan Blaney just kind of being there. Yeah, but that glitch doesn't happen often. I'm probably not going to let it slide again. I was just really eager to do this idea and get this video out, so I let it slide for this time. Congratulations, NR. And then Aric Almirola destroyed Kyle Busch. And this was, again, another incident I just saw live. I was so confused. Basically, Aric Almirola, Newman, and someone else, who cares? They were 3 wide entering the chicane, and Aric Almirola full gassed it and destroyed Kyle Busch. I don't know why he didn't get on the brakes. I guess he didn't have them. Yeah, but we went back green lap 12, and there was only 5 laps left in this race, but, this race was long enough to have a whole pit stop and everything, but this race was actually a wreck fest. I don't know, man. Kyle Busch, I don't know what kind of strategy he went on, but I guess he just didn't repair his damage, obviously, and he was actually able to stay competitive the rest of the race, but MTJ took the lead from Chase here, and even Ryan Blaney had a shot at him, and Kurt Busch was having a really good run as well. You might see that a lot this season, judging by how the next race that we're going to go to at Homestead. Harvick and Buescher were also up here, and then we had otherwise from this where Austin Dillon shafted Josh Bilicki. Jesus Christ, Orange. I just called myself my PlayStation user. Okay, otherwise from this, nothing happened. We had a 2-lap to go shootout. Chase took the lead from MTJ this time, and this restart did not bid too well for MTJ. Blaney got to his inside here, and Truex then went wide a little bit, and then into this section, Blaney actually ate his lunch, and Truex lost another position to Kevin Harvick. This is also when Chris Buescher also came to the fray, into the top 5. But yeah, Chase Elliott won, and that's literally, that's the race. I didn't want to just spend too much time on it because literally nothing happened. This was also another race. Erik Jones, he finished bad. He's pretty much irrelevant. I mean, James Davidson finished ahead of him because, he retired. I don't know why I said that, like James Davidson beat him on pace. Then we were on to Homestead. And yes, Kyle Busch has been in the Sports Clips car for 3 races in a row now. I'll get to that. I got to get some more paint schemes in there. I was so excited to do this idea. But anyway, Homestead, I was really excited for this race. I gave this track insane tire wear, especially in the long run, so there was going to be a lot of strategy. Fuel wasn't the issue. It was about getting tires to the halfway point. That way you could pit and split it in half, or maybe even going longer. But this race legitimately looked like a 2026 race with how Gibbs dominated. Busch, Truex, and Hamlin legitimately stayed 1, 2, 3 for the first 28 laps of this race. Now, it did get really interesting when they started having to manage lap traffic. As you can see here, Kyle Busch legitimately ripped the hell out of the top lane, which looked awesome. And it's so cool to see that AI could do that. But Kyle Busch would eventually lose his lead nearing the halfway point because James Davidson's he's a roadblock. Let's be real. MTJ was able to take the lead. And at this point, the lap time fall off and handling fall off was so significant. Kyle Busch still had a little bit of trouble getting around James Davidson. He did here, but he didn't have that much more speed than him, especially on straightaways and off the corner because everybody's tires was shot. Hamlin and MTJ would battle it out, allowing Busch to catch back up a little bit. But then not Briscoe, good God, this is not 2026. MTJ would end up pitting this lap, and it all became about the game. Do you stay out as long as possible, or do you undercut by 2 laps, get like a 6-second advantage, and hope the tires hang on to the end? It was a really fun game of strategy where Hamlin and Kyle Busch decided to overcut. Busch ended up overcutting longer than everyone else pretty much in the, battling for the win. James Davidson would then slow up a group of literally 6 cars. Causing a legitimate Homestead pack race for a little bit. But that eventually fizzled out. And then there was a caution. David Reagan, Chastain, Erik Jones rips by. And you could see Chase Elliott, Ty Dillon getting in there, Reddick getting through. But basically what happened here, in a shade of flashback of Noah Gregson and David Starr, Chase Elliott was going too fast and nailed Ross Chastain. And David Reagan just pile-drived him. I hope Ross's back is okay. But that was the first caution of this race. And I honestly didn't think a caution would come out. I knew that the difference in speed between someone who had just pitted and someone on 28-lap old tires was insane. But I didn't know if it had caused an incident. But as you can see, look in the 4th position. That's Austin Dillon. He was really good at Homestead, especially at the end of the Gen 6 era. So him being strong this race wasn't really that much of a surprise. But he was about to do more than just be strong. No offense to, I don't know, a porn star. I don't know. Kyle Busch, mind you, this incident did trap pretty much half the field a lap down, so some people didn't overcut. But Kyle Busch was fine. He just took the wave around, and he was going to win this race probably, but he walls himself all by himself. Kyle Busch making a rare mistake. Mind you, he was on the freshest tires. He did the longest overcut, him and Austin Dillon. And as you can see, Austin Dillon's tires coming in. Remind you, he has fresher tires than Truex and Hamlin because he was on pit road while the caution came out. And just as Busch was exiting. So they were pretty much on the same tires and the freshest tires. But Austin Dillon actually eats Denny Hamlin's lunch right here and gets to the outside of him and makes the pass for second. Then we had a caution. Bubba Wallace and Michael McDowell. And in a strange twist of, I don't know, karma, fate, Bubba Wallace got revenge for Michael McDowell wrecking him in the All-Star race a year ago and absolutely destroys Michael McDowell entering turn 1 here. I mean, he just destroys him. This collects Daniel Suarez, and I think that was it. Yeah, literally. There wasn't too much else to this accident. But we had a 10 to go restart, and Austin Dillon was in great position. Starting second, on fresher tires than Truex. And look at Kurt Busch even there having a great run. Erik Jones is also pretty strong this race. Him and Bowman were doing pretty good. But Truex got the advantage on the restart, pushed forward, cleared Dillon out of 2. And basically the rest of this race was Truex on the top, Hamlin on the bottom, and Austin Dillon on the top, second on the top. And basically they pulled away from Harvick and Kurt here. But Kyle Busch on the fresh tires was able to fight back up and get into the mix. And coming to the white flag, it was literally these 4 under a blanket for the win. Hamlin was able to get clear of Truex, which was kind of crazy because they had been side by side for literally 7 laps straight, which allowed Kyle Busch to have clean air on the bottom and just be able to forge his own path because he was already faster than Hamlin and Truex with the tires. Busch was going to need to full send 3 and 4 to have a shot at Hamlin here, and he got to him. You could see Hamlin just the grip was falling away, but he was able to hang on and win this race. This was a really good race, and you see, I mean, Austin Dillon finished 4th. It's just an awesome day. But that was the first 3 races of this sim. I can't wait, or of this season. I think doing one season would be cool with how I'm going to do things. But if you guys want to do more than that, just let me know. The second part will be coming out, I don't know, tomorrow. I don't know. Someday.